Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, March 7th, episode 13 of AM Chatter, and we are talking VA loans today. Good morning, my co-hosts, Tom and Anthony. What's going on this morning?
Good morning.
Nothing too
Not
much.
too much, man. I got tree guys coming, finishing up the backyard. Get that done. I got a 9:30 meeting. Have some coffee with some great agents.
That's been a saga for you. I feel like since episode 2, like we had the tree fall and crush the swing set. We've had tree removal. We've had neighbor interactions. Now we got new trees being planted.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Get a survey. Make sure you have a survey.
All right, good. That's a hell of a tip right there. Tommy, how are you this morning?
Excellent. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I don't like that it's snowing / sleeting. I think we're all in for a rude awakening for the warm February we had. I'm afraid it's going to turn into Lake Tahoe around here, and we're going to have 10 feet of snow. Hope not, but
I disagree. I disagree, Ryan. I think we live in the greatest place in this country for weather. It might not be sunny every day, but nothing ever bad happens.
Well, Thomas, you're a little bit younger. You don't remember the tornado on top of Mount Washington. So we do have some problems around here.
I remember my house on Kennedy Lane having to go in the basement that night. I think I was about 8.
Yeah, I was watching the Pirate game, I believe. But yeah, it's a great day. We're having a lot of fun. We're going to be talking VA. Before we get into that, though, I want to ask you guys, I'm looking around my kitchen. I got a lot of great appliances, small appliances, big appliances. My favorite kitchen appliance right now is the air fryer. I don't think you can top the air fryer. I know you guys have your gadgets. I know Anthony buys everything in the moon, from here to the moon. So let's go around real quick. Ant, what's your favorite appliance, gadget, cooking device that you have?
I would have to say it's not inside, it's outside. So I like the grill, man. The Blackstone. Be crushing it on that.
Oh, you got the big old guy, right?
Yeah, it has the air fryers in it. That thing's pretty legit. So you can cook on the top, cook on the bottom, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Before you know, you got a meal.
Love it. Love it. Tommy, how about you?
Well, if you guys know me, I don't eat. So mine's going to be my Keurig. I got the smart Keurig. I could put that bad boy in the night before with a cup underneath and hit brew from my phone. So that smells like coffee when I go out to the kitchen. It's hot and ready.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
I drink about 3 cups of coffee a day to get me to about 6, 7 p.m. And then I'll eat my first meal. And that is daily.
Anthony's literally Googling right now to find out what the smart Keurig is.
I mean, I got the Ninja, but it doesn't let me do it by the phone, man.
That's sick. And they all operate. I don't know if you guys ever looked at the K-Cups, but every K-Cup has a QR code on top. And this smart technology of the Keurig reads the K-Cup and tells you how to brew that specific brand of coffee.
Well,
so I know that some of those machines have been doing that, but this is the only one for the Keurig.
I'm going to say the Keurig stinks, the Ninja stinks, and my Nespresso is by far the best out there. Top of the line coffee actually has espresso, and the milk frother is absolutely the best. So
all I drink is black coffee, so that does me no good.
Well, okay.
I like it robust and hot.
To each their own. You know, I do hear that black coffee is just becoming more and more popular, and I think you black coffee drinkers are disgusting. So, for the record,
they said that coffee no longer dehydrates you. So I'm just.
I have heard that.
Hey, Ryan, Mike wants to know when you're moving to Atlanta.
Yeah, up in the air still. I will say that the building process is not as fun as it sounds, and so we just don't know. But Atlanta has pretty great weather as well, minus the hot summers, but we'll deal with that when we get there. All right, boys, let's get into a little VA loan talk. VA loans are the last type of loan we haven't talked about yet. It's one of the best programs out there. It is for veterans of the armed services and for active duty military, but it's another 0% down option. And I feel like there are military members or veterans out there that there's some misconception. They used it once, they don't know that they can use it again, or they don't know they can use it at all, etc. So wanted to talk about VA loans because it's a great loan program. Again, a lot of buyers may think you have to go through the government or a specific lender. West Penn Financial does offer VA loans. So I'm going to start at the bottom of the screen. Tom, give me your quick overview. What are your thoughts on VA loans?
The VA is a great product. It is for our veterans, which is awesome. So it is a 0% down loan product. You can always put more down than zero, though, to lower the payment. But the minimum down is 0%. And you are ultimately allowed to come with nothing to close if the deal's structured that way. So the seller assist for VA is a little bit different. You're allowed to get all your closing costs paid for, as well as 4% of the sales price can go towards the prepaid items, which are the taxes, insurance, and prepaid interest. So if it's structured that way, and talk to your loan officer when you're structuring the VA deal, but we can put it so the veteran may not have to come with any money. And the great benefit of that is, compared to the FHA loan or conventional loan with the minimum down, there's no mortgage insurance associated with a VA loan under 20% down. So the VA product is really affordable for those veterans, and rightfully so after they put on for our country.
Absolutely. I know I've had a few listing agents actually tell me, well, sure, they don't have any skin in the game. Are they not a good buyer? Things like that. That is awful to say. It is a program they're eligible for. They fought for our country. They allow us to sleep safe at night. And if I was available a program that allowed 0% down, why would you put any money down? So it doesn't mean that the buyer isn't a good buyer. It just means that they're afforded this luxury because they fought for our freedom. And there is no monthly mortgage insurance. Talk about the funding fee that goes along with the VA loan and anything else you'd like to add in.
Yeah. So the other benefit of the VA is there is no PMI, even with zero down, and that's the only program that allows for that for the veterans. So they do have an upfront funding fee directly to the VA, depending on whether it's your first time use, your subsequent use, which is multiple times, and or if you're doing a down payment, and how much that down payment is going to be. Also, the service rank and all that. So that gets built into the loan amount, and it's not brought to closing. So it does typically show up on the estimate as a cost, because it is, but it's wrote into the loan amount, so the veteran's not bringing it to closing.
Are you seeing the chatterbox? The chatterbox is popping right now. You able to answer that question, Anth?
Can you get a VA loan if only one of two applicants are a veteran? You can, but the only person that can be on the loan is the veteran, unless you're married. So if you're married, then you're entitled to the veteran's benefits. If you're a non-married couple, then it's only the veteran that could be on that loan, because they're the only ones eligible for those VA benefits. I think that's definitely a misconception out there too, because I know you guys, and I know I have been asked, hey, we're getting married in a year, but we want to get a VA loan because one party is a veteran. Well, that's great. But if you want to both do it together, you have to wait until you're actually married to be both on the loan. Otherwise, the client, now, is that different?
I did hear a caveat. If you're engaged, we can send it to the VA for specific approval.
Okay.
But you have to be engaged, and you have to get VA approval. So I don't know how strict they are on that. But yes, I'm with you. It's tough. It's tough to do if you're not fully married at the time of closing. Yeah. But I mean, it's definitely the best program for a veteran if they can take advantage of all the benefits. And Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Senior Loan Officer. If the veteran is deceased, a spouse is able to use a deceased veteran's eligibility. I thought that was the case.
Yeah, so they are eligible for those benefits as the married spouse. So we would just have to get the normal process as far as the eligibility certificate through the VA, showing that they have those eligibility for the benefits, allowed for the home mortgage.
Cool. I appreciate it. We do VA loans all the time. There's just so much misconception behind them. One, because there's a ton of marketing. Everyone that markets VA loans make themselves look like they're a government program or affiliated with the military and stuff like that, where a VA loan is just one of the main types of loans out there, one of the 4 main programs. And a lot of lenders offer them. And VA buyers should be shopping around for their rates just like anyone else. You guys got anything to add on VA loans?
You know what, man? I'd probably say the other misconception is the process and appraisal. Why a lot of sellers are, reluctant to accept a VA home loan, because it's a government insured and it's a VA, and they have per se a bad rap when it comes to the appraisal. That's not the case. It's a government insured loan. So any government insured loan is still going to require the normal stuff, such as, chip paint, steps without a railing, things of that nature, because they're safety issues. And some of them come up unconventional too. So it's very unfortunate when the VA loan is not accepted, even though that might be the better offer, just because it's a VA. So, definitely do your due diligence and, fight for that program.
Absolutely. And I'm going to finish up today's episode. I'm going to stir the pot a little bit, guys. I'll get close to the camera. New video was released by Mr. Elon Musk on Twitter of the January 6th insurrection that we've all been lied to. I'm sorry, that's what I believe. The great shaman guy with the big buffalo hat, he was running rampant through the Capitol. There's now video that he was literally walking with 2 police officers the entire time. Me, myself, I want answers. I think this is ridiculous, but check out Twitter. Do your own research. Don't listen to me. But that's what I got to end today's episode. Anything to follow up, fellas?
Fake news is real. We want the truth.
All right. Before we get too crazy, let's end it. I'll see you boys later.
See you guys.